I want to thank Trish Hartzell, Chair of the Faculty Senate, for opening our commencement ceremony on such appropriate notes. As many of you know, the Senate is a key element of shared governance in our university by the faculty and the administration under ultimate direction of the Board of Regents. So Trish, Dr. Hartzell, we thank you for your collegial and effective leadership in this important responsibility. I want to thank also the University Wind Ensemble, conducted by Professor Al Gemberling, and our vocalist, Wesley Saunders, a vocal performance major here at the University of Idaho, and for the presentation of colors under command of the Navy by a joint color guard comprised of the cadets of Idaho's Army, Navy, Air Force, ROTC units. We thank them, as well as our university marshals, including especially Dr. Mickey Gunter, the lead marshal. And we thank Jeremy Fogg, whose voice from above you heard during the processional today. Would you please join me in showing appreciation to all of these individuals and others whose service has made today's ceremony possible. Welcome to all of you in this overflowing audience, particularly to the parents, other family, guests, and friends of our graduating students. It means a great deal to the university community for you to join us in one of the happiest events and most important events in the cycle of academic life. Now, seated directly behind me are leaders of this great institution. I know you heard their names read off a list as we walked in, but I thought you would like to be able to identify a particular name to a face. So I'll ask the members of the platform party to briefly stand as I call your name. Tom Gorman, Associate Dean, College of Natural Resources. Mark Hoverson, Dean of Art and Architecture. Mike Sass, Dean of the College of Law. John Mihalich, Dean of the College of Letters, Arts, and Social Sciences. Lynn Baird, Dean of the University Libraries. Ji Chen, Dean of the College of Graduate Studies. Mario Reyes, Dean of the College of Business and Economics. Larry Makis, Associate Dean, College of Agricultural and Life Sciences. Mark Nielsen, Associate Dean of the College of Science. Larry Stauffer, Dean of the College of Engineering. Joe Cloud, Director of the University of Idaho's component of WWAMI, which you recognize as the Washington, Wyoming, Alaska, Montana, Idaho Medical Education Program. Brian Mahoney, Chair of Staff Affairs. Gene Stevenson, Vice Provost for Academic Affairs. Carmen Suarez, Chief Diversity Officer and Associate Vice Provost for Student Affairs. And next, three leaders for whom it's been a great pleasure to collaborate. Max Cowan, President of the Associated Students of the University of Idaho. Kate Cobb, President of the Graduate and Professional Students Association, and Ivor Gunderson, President of the Student Bar Association at the College of Law. The platform party also includes Bruce Pittman, our legendary Dean of Students, Nancy Krogh, Registrar, Keith Ickes, Executive Director of Planning and Budget, Jack McIver, Vice President for Research and Economic Development, Ron Smith, Vice President for Finance and Administration, Chris Murray, Vice President for University Administration, Trudy Anderson, Associate Vice President and Center Executive for the University of Idaho in Boise, who is retiring this month after more than 3 decades of service to the state of Idaho. Shirley Ringo, State Legislator, House of Representatives, District 5, encompassing Latah County. Kent Nelson, University General Counsel. Rob Spear, Director of Athletics. Steve Johnson, Director of Alumni Relations. Michelle Weiss, Senate Commencement Committee Chair. Bill Gosling, member of the University of Idaho Board of Regents and the State Board of Education. Michael Kirk, our honorary degree candidate about whom you'll be hearing more presently. And Catherine Aiken, Interim Provost and Executive Vice President of the University, as well as Corey Mantle Bromley, Commencement Speaker and Dean of the College of Education, and Greg Eaton, Captain of the U.S. Navy and our Navy ROTC Commander, along with Trish Hartzell, Faculty Senate Chair. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in expressing appreciation for this remarkable leadership group at the University of Idaho. During these times of celebration, we are also soberly mindful of individuals who helped us along this journey but are no longer with us. Today, you'll see a single empty chair behind me with a blanket wrapped on it. This is in remembrance of our colleague, Dr. Arthur Taylor, our Indigenous Affairs Officer, who passed away suddenly a few short weeks ago. You will see that the flags in front of the platform also include the flag of the Nez Perce tribe in recognition of Dr. Taylor's enrolled membership in the tribe and in further recognition of the historical fact that the Moscow campus, this place, is located on ancestral Nez Perce land. May we have a moment of silence for Dr. Taylor and for all those who are not with us today. Thank you. The University of Idaho, established in 1889 when Idaho was still a territory, is a national land-grant research university. The land-grant concept, enacted by Congress and signed into law by President Abraham Lincoln, has been described as one of the most transformative ideas in American history. The University of Idaho has the additional distinction, shared by only a few select land-grant institutions, of being the founding comprehensive university of the state's higher education system. Moreover, this university, our university, is the higher education institution specifically recognized and written into the Constitution of the state of Idaho. And so for all of those reasons, you can be proud of your connection to this distinctive university. You are connected to Idaho's National Land Grant founding comprehensive and constitutional university, and I say especially to the students, you will receive diplomas from the flagship university of the state of Idaho. Of course, flagship status, properly understood, is not a privilege. It is a responsibility. We are responsible for serving the entire state and nation and for collaborating with our sister institutions as we do so. The University of Idaho conducts education, research, and outreach programs from 70 different sites in Idaho, comprising classrooms, research laboratories, field stations, and service centers throughout the 44 counties. Our faculty, staff, and students make a difference in the economic, professional, cultural, and personal lives of every person and every community we serve. They are working to generate questions, to answers to the challenging questions that the world is facing. Our faculty's professional excellence is reflected in the increasing recognition of their efforts from national sources. For example, Forest, Rangeland, and Fire Sciences Professor Jo Ellen Force recently received the prestigious Gifford Pinchot Medal from the Society of American Foresters. This award recognizes significant contributions from U.S. forest professionals. She is the first woman ever in America to receive this award over its 63-year history. The award recognizes Dr. Force's many achievements over 30 years of teaching and research. Other scholars are producing new understandings of the solar system through their collaborative work on the Curiosity rover mission to Mars. You've all heard about that wonderful machine that climbs Martian mountains. Well, its key components were manufactured according to designs developed by the University of Idaho. And the Huygens Cassini mission to Saturn, in which the Huygens spacecraft descended to the Saturn surface, and Cassini is continuing to orbit and even going out and looking at the Saturnian moon Titan and radioing us important data that is in the media even today. Physics professors Jason Barnes and Matt Hedman have worked on that Cassini project since the beginning. And just last October, several University of Idaho students who had interned at NASA's Ames Research Center saw their work go into helping the Lunar Atmosphere and Dust Environment Explorer spacecraft begin a 4-month mission around the moon. Here on Earth, the University of Idaho is helping us secure the world's food supply through scientific research on climate change and its impacts upon agricultural productivity. Idaho scholars are developing new knowledge of fire ecology and management of forests and rangeland. And looking deeply into inner space, our faculty and students are developing molecular structures for resilient new materials and are discovering the intra-cell secrets of human and animal disease. The arts are also represented. Just last month, Professor Dan Buckfitch was honored by the Carnegie Foundation with the 2013 U.S. Professor of the Year Award for Idaho, and this was the second consecutive year in which he has won that honor. During his 36 years of teaching music, he has inspired thousands, and many of you have heard his music and the music of those he's inspired, including the uplifting performance that occurred in this building last night. All of this research and creativity expands the human mind and the human heart. It also pumps about $1 billion into the state's economy. Most fundamentally, it illustrates the opportunities that now beckon to our students. Our mission, after all, is to ensure the success of students, and that is why this is such a great day for the University of Idaho. We gather in celebration of your tremendous accomplishments, and we wish you well as you continue on your journey. You are getting these good wishes from a quality and student-centered, interactive, learning-committed university. We invest in you as a way of investing in the future because, it's a trite expression but true, you are the future. And so to our graduates, please accept a president's heartfelt congratulations and best wishes for your future. We are proud of you. As I noted earlier, there are others in the audience who have invested in your success. As a former lawyer, I might say there are a number of people in the audience who have an equitable lien on some of these diplomas that we're going to be giving you. The family and friends, you have played a vital role in enabling our graduates to reach this summit. You've been there to celebrate their achievements, to soothe their discomforts, and to be their mainstay in difficult times as well as celebratory times. I believe I speak for our graduates when I say we are grateful for the support you have provided. You deserve a round of applause, and I would suggest this is a good time for our graduates to stand up, turn around, and applaud all of those who have supported you so many ways along this journey. Please be seated. One of the most unselfish forms of public service